Other than pitcher, no position has more inductees. We stand ready to welcome Derek.
From his first day in the big leagues to his last.
He defined what it means to be a shortstop.
Today's almost going to be a roller coaster of a video because we have a lot of good things to talk about. King Felix, he is off the Mariners, so that's sad, but he's found a new team, so the fact that he's not retiring, that is great for baseball. Derek Jeter, he is most likely going to become the second player ever to be inducted into the Hall of Fame unanimously, but Nolan Arenado is not happy. We also have some sad news about Dustin Pedroia, so a lot to consider today, a lot to take in. So without further ado, let's start talking baseball.
Trumbo. Here comes Bogarts, has to wait on it a bit, gets the certain out. Pedroia taken out. Machado is done, but Pedroia a little shaken up on the play. And did Pedroia get spiked?
Right now, there's the slide. He makes contact, but then he comes up and over the bag. Looks like he did get spiked in the back of the leg.
I'm not going to lie to you guys. I completely forgot that this event even happened because I've been wondering for the last 2 or 3 seasons, where the heck is Dustin Pedroia? Every time I hear about him, he's almost ready to come back and be healthy, and then all of a sudden, he has a setback. And that's exactly what happened today. Dustin Pedroia suffered a significant setback in his left knee, so does that mean that he is going to retire? In my opinion, considering that he's only played like 30-40 games combined the last 2 seasons, and then he just suffered a setback. I don't think that he should risk it anymore. We all have to come to the realization that maybe it's your time to go. Like when Grady Sizemore retired, I was heartbroken, so I can feel for all of you Red Sox fans. If Dustin Pedroia is your favorite player, it's not going to be easy because he's the heart and soul of the Boston Red Sox. Him and David Ortiz and Manny Ramirez with that clutch home run and him standing at the plate like that. Some of the best moments that I can remember in Red Sox history, and it's going to be a sad day when he retires. I'm probably going to cry just like when I cried when Ichiro left the game. So just super sad and just another reason to hate Manny Machado. So thanks, Machado. You ruined a Hall of Fame career because Pedroia, he was on his way, and now I don't think he has the stats, unfortunately. But hey, Pedroia to the Red Sox as the manager, I'm down for that.
And that's a diving stop by Nolan from his knees. He will throw out Siegel.
Speaking of Hall of Fame, we're going to go ahead and talk about a future Hall of Famer. It is set in stone. There is no way that Nolan Arenado does not get into the Hall of Fame 15, 20 years from now. And the worst part about it is that the Rockies are butchering it. The general manager, he is such a dummy the entire offseason. So this all comes after Nolan Arenado signs an 8-year extension with the Rockies. He didn't even ask for an opt-out. So if you don't know what that means, an opt-out means that the player can say, hey, you know what? I've had a great time. I put up some monster stats, so I think I get a little bit more money, and also I want to go elsewhere. Nolan Arenado wanted to be a Rocky forever, but the GM insisted that there was an opt-out clause to be put in Nolan Arenado's contract. Nolan Arenado eventually said, fine, go for it. And that might come into play pretty soon because Arenado is not happy with how the Rockies are dealing with their team. They've only signed one dude this entire offseason. They have Trevor Story, they have David Dahl, Charlie Blackmon, Nolan Arenado. They have a pretty solid core with Brendan Rodgers. He's about to get called up and play second base, or even Garrett Hampson. They have a pretty solid lineup, but their pitching is atrocious. And the fact that they've only signed one player the entire offseason, Nolan pretty much said, like, I am wiping my hands clean. If we win 75 games, it is not my fault. He has called them disrespectful. He has called them liars. The fact that they've been so cheap after they told him when he signed his contract that they would go out and sign massive free agents. I guess they kind of did that with Daniel Murphy, but then Kyle Freeland had an abominable 2019. Same with Germán Marquez. He wasn't the same guy, and they just kind of imploded as a pitching staff last season, and he's tired of it. You know, the GM pretty much dangled him for all the teams to try and trade for him, and then he was like, nah, so I'm not really feeling any of these trades. I guess we'll go ahead and keep Nolan Arenado. You have one job. Keep Nolan Arenado at third base because he is our generation's best. He is pretty much the Mike Schmidt of this generation, and you want to just give him away? And then when you don't get the offer that you want, you say, you know what, fine, I guess he'll be our starting third baseman. If I was Nolan Arenado, I would feel the same way. That's some disrespect right there. So I want you guys to let me know in the comment section down below. Do you think that Nolan is going to be a member of the Colorado Rockies for the remainder of 2020? Or are you on the camp with me? I think he's going to be a St. Louis Cardinal or even a New York Yankee by the end. Maybe even before the season starts, which would be crazy. I don't know, guys. It's Nolan freaking Arenado, and you just don't do that to him. So I understand where Arenado's coming from. He feels very jaded. I'm with the dude. I mean, top 5 player in baseball in my opinion. So top 10 at least. Some people would argue that he's not top 5, but top 10 easily.
Big deals. Base hit to right field. Here comes Richardson. Here's the throw from Markakis. Richardson is safe. Derek Jeter ends his final game with a walk-off single. Derek Jeter, where fantasy.
Before we get into the recent signings from King Felix and also Matt Wieters, whether they're on different teams or not, we're going to talk about the Hall of Fame real quick because, I mean, we've brought up Dustin Pedroia, a potential Hall of Famer. Nolan Arenado, he is on his way to being a first ballot, maybe even unanimous with his gold gloves, his home run prowess, but then there's the Coors Field effects. We're not going to talk about that. Well, actually, we might talk about it because currently, as it stands, Derek Jeter, Larry Walker, Curt Schilling, and Barry Bonds, they all have the votes right now. It updated about 9:30 Pacific Standard Time. I'll go ahead and put it right here if you guys want to see the official votes. A lot of people have been eliminated, but as of right now, like I said, the 4 players that are going to be inducted are Derek Jeter, Larry Walker, Curt Schilling, and Barry Bonds. I think that Jeter is going to get 100% of the votes, becoming the second unanimous player of all time. I'm praying that Larry Walker gets in. He's at about 83%, so you have to have 75% of the votes to get into the Hall of Fame. If Larry Walker does not, because of the Coors Field effect and the fact that he couldn't stay healthy on turf, I'm going to have some issues with that, and then I'm going to turn it to you guys. The 2 players that are probably the most controversial right now are Curt Schilling and Barry Bonds. Curt Schilling, because he has the biggest mouth that anyone can really remember in the baseball community. His tweets have really hurt his case because these guys are now holding that against him. There's the character clause. It doesn't exist, or maybe it does. I heard it in a baseball podcast a few weeks ago that, you know, people are going to hold Barry Bonds out because of the character clause. Same with Curt Schilling. He's very opinionated, but why should he be kept out? It's the Baseball Hall of Fame, not the Twitter Hall of Fame, not the Opinions Hall of Fame. And then also Barry Bonds, do you think he's going to make it? Should Roger Clemens be inducted as well? I want this to really be a kind of community ground to vote yes or no. So I'm going to go ahead and put up a poll right now. Should steroid users be allowed in the Baseball Hall of Fame? It's going to be right here or right here. I think that's right here. I don't know, one of these places. Felix Hernandez is going to be a member of the Atlanta Braves next season. It's kind of crazy to say that because he has been so dominant as a Seattle Mariner, at least for the first 10 years of his career. Ever since 2017, 2018, he has been a shell of himself. Maybe a change of scenery is going to save his career. I can't promise that because his velocity is down, his control is down, he's not striking out as many people, and he's giving up a ton of home runs. I don't know if he can resurrect his career. I'm praying to the baseball gods that it can happen because I do not want King Felix to go out the way of Ichiro, where he didn't have it anymore. And maybe it's time to hang up the cleats, but I'm glad that the Braves are giving him one more chance. Maybe he goes to the bullpen. Maybe he's electric and can throw a little bit harder because he doesn't have to worry about going 5 or 6 innings. So King Felix to the Braves. Low risk, high reward in my opinion. So good job to the Braves. And then one more player I do want to talk about. It's not a huge deal, but Matt Wieters, he is re-signing with the St. Louis Cardinals. And if you check out this home run, without a doubt, he is by far the best backup catcher in baseball.
And Wieters crushes it out to deep right. Get in the river. Almost dead to the top of the stands. Matt Wieters, his 8th home run, and he's driven in 17.
We've talked about a lot today, but what we're going to do is we're going to watch a video of Jarred Kelenic, a top prospect for the Seattle Mariners. I believe he was traded for James Paxton or something like that. I could be wrong, but Jarred Kelenic just showed that sorcery and baseball go hand in hand. I don't know how he did this. Yeah.
Well,
That was crazy. I'm going to go ahead and go to the cages after this video is done, and I'm going to try that. I might post it to TikTok. I do have a TikTok, also Instagram, Twitter. Make sure you guys follow me there. But the last clip that I do want to show you guys is Yoenis Cespedes. He is attempting a comeback right now. But I almost thought this was Jesus Aguilar. So we're going to roll the clip. But he's been eating good. Yeah, he definitely, the farm that he's living in, they must have a lot of chickens and pigs and all that stuff because he is, Yoenis is a little thick. All right, everyone. Well, that pretty much does it for today's video. So to quickly recap what we talked about today, Dustin Pedroia, is he going to retire because of his left knee? We can thank Manny Machado for that. I think that he should retire, but he loves the game of baseball. That's the thing he is most passionate about. So I don't know. Hopefully not. Nolan Arenado, just get him out of Colorado. That's all I have to say. We don't have to recap the situation. Just get him out of there. I will be perfectly okay with that. And then also, last but not least, Derek Jeter, the probable second unanimous player of all time inducted into the Hall of Fame. Is Larry Walker going to make it? Is Barry Bonds going to make it? Is Curt Schilling going to be withheld because of his opinions? I don't really know, but I will be making a second video today on the Hall of Fame inductees. Make sure you guys subscribe and leave a like if you want to see that, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out.